Yes. You know, usually you talk about a band that's been around for, I don't know, 37, 38 years. Like, yeah, that band fucking wimped out, man. They fucking wimped out. Well, not fucking Hellwitch, dude. It's still the same fucking brutal, ripping, thrashing, death, fucking mayhem as always. That's the brand new song called Delegated Disruption, which I've played on the show quite a few times, I think, if I remember. Brand new Hellwitch album came out this year, and we'll get into that here shortly. Thanks everybody for hanging out, coming into the show. So, yeah, I'll bring our guest of honor on here shortly. But just, you know, if you have any kind of social medias or anything, share the YouTube link, get people over here, get more people over here. We already got a good crowd. So, go follow Hellwitch Official. If you're on Instagram, you see on the little ticker there on the bottom. Go follow Hellwitch on and get up to date on what the fuck they are doing. Hellwitch stays ripping and slaying the weak. Goddamn right they do. All right, well, anyway, without further ado, let me bring on the man, the legend himself, all the way from Florida, Hollywood, Florida, maybe? Can't remember. But anyway, the man himself, Pat RANIERI from HELLWITCH. How's it going, Pat? Uh-oh, can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? He's there. We just can't hear him. Can't hear you. Pat, if you can hear me, log off and log back on like we said at the beginning. You got to push mute. So I'll bring him back. Everything, I swear, everything was working perfectly 6 minutes ago. So, but whatever, it's live. Just log back off, log off, and log back in. Like I'm saying, like he can hear me or some shit. There we go. So I explained to him. Anybody comes on the show, if something's wrong, just log off and log back in. Anyway, so this gives you time to go. If you're on Instagram, go follow HELLWITCH on Instagram. Look up HELLWITCH Official, and that's Pat that runs that. So here we go. I see him back. All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right, hell yeah.
I was wondering about that. I was like, is it me? Is it him? Is it just some fucking Christians nearby?
Too many fucking Christians nearby.
Ah!
But yeah. Anyway, I was mentioned the new song there. Well, I say new, but you know, it came out this year, so it's fairly new. Delegated Disruption, brand new album released this year. You know, you could just talk a little bit about the new album, how it came about, who's in the band now, because somebody made a comment that your drummer looks very young in that video. I don't know if he just looks young and he's a little older, or he really is young. But yeah, can you just let us know a little bit about the new album, where we can get it, and you know, little details about it?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, first of all, great to see you again, Francisco. I haven't seen you since the Destroying Texas Fest, which was a lot of fucking fun. But yeah, the new album, Annihilational Intercension, out now on Listenable Records. It's streaming on, all the usual streaming shit sites, and but the real physical copies you can get at our Bandcamp or on eBay or at hellwitch.com, and also available at Best Buy, Walmart, FYE, and some other online retailers. So yeah, nice. Man, it's out there.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse to not pick it up. Actually, you know who else has it? You know who else has it? Sound Exchange. You see that?
Wow.
Sound Exchange in Houston. They actually have copies of it. So if you're in Houston, you better go go to Sound Exchange and pick that fucking album up. I know I saw it there, so go get it, goddammit.
Yes.
Sound Exchange, Houston's best record store, been around since like 78 or whatever. And Kmart, are they, Sal wants to know if it's available at Kmart.
Yeah, it is. They still have the Kmart bass amp there too, and
yeah, there we go. Get the new Hellwitch with some groceries while you're at it, right? There you go.
Get your Splatteria Kmart bass amp while you're there too.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so the new album, we actually were recorded before COVID hit, and then that kind of messed things up. But it turned out to be a good thing, because I was able to revise some of the songs a little bit more and add another song. Epical Cessation was not really done and may have not been on the album at all due to time constraints. But with that extra couple of years, we were able to tighten things up, change some of the song structures, go through them again, and ramp them up a little bit into what you hear now, which is we're pretty happy with it, and happy with the production that Jeremy Staska did. And it came about. I mean, some of the songs are this album is the broadest spectrum of Hellwitch material of anything we've ever released. The song Hellwitch and the song Torture Chamber are from '85, and Delegated Disruption and Epical Cessation are from like 2022. So this album spans everything for us, and I think that's pretty cool, because it gives you some variety. And besides that, songs like Torture Chamber never really had the respect and the production that they deserve. And if you haven't heard it, there are some effects in there which have never appeared on any previous versions, which I always had in my head, but due to recording and budgetary constraints, I was never able to really record Hellwitch. We were never able to record Hellwitch the way you hear it now on this album. And the song Hellwitch I had written in '85 and did a little band demo of it, and was about 3/4 of the way done. And one day I just decided it kind of sucked, and I just said, no, this is a clunker, man. It ain't going nowhere. And then listened to it again a few years ago, and it sounded better for some reason. So I gave it a go, and revamped it, reworked it, added some couple new parts. It's mostly old. The song is like 3/4 just old riffs from '85. And it was nice to get that on there, because I've always been a fan of bands that had a song of with their name, like Exodus, etc. So I always was really, I was always into that, and I'm happy that we finally have the song Hellwitch, so everyone can really associate the band with a certain song. And
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
We spent probably about 6 to 8 months recording the album and producing it with Jeremy Staska here in Fort Lauderdale. And and then we had it mastered by Alan Dashes, who's done Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, every band that is has really good mastering. He did our mastering for us, so we were really happy to have him do it, and grateful that he did such a brutal fucking job on the mastering. So it took a little while, but I'm like I said, I'm glad we waited and got that last song in and took our time with the production, and didn't have to really rush too badly to get it done. And we're all very proud of it, definitely. As for the lineup on the album, it was just the 3 core members, which are Brutal Brian Wilson, JP Brown, and myself. We decided that was probably the tightest way to record it, and have it sound with the best level of musicianship that we could get. So yeah, that's who recorded it. It was just a 3-piece, much like the first album.
Cool. And well, let's run through some of these comments because I'm kind of getting a little behind on them. But let's see. Oh, Evan Williams says, y'all kicked ass this weekend, Pat. Thanks again for the demos. I'm the dude that had on the Abominations of Desolation long sleeve that you told about Trey giving you the same shirt.
Yeah, man. When Trey gave it to me, he said they had 2 designs in '87. One was all the demons fucking the chick, and the other design was like a warrior with a sword. And when I was at their house in North Carolina, Trey said, "Here, all we have left is the good shirt," and that was the one on it. And
Nice.
I'm like, that is the good shirt.
Cool. Chris Gamble, Gorephobia Bloodstorm says, greetings, Pat. Chris Gamble here. Good to see you again.
Oh, Chris, great to hear from Chris. He's yes, Chris is a very very brutal, upstanding, underground, old school metal legend, definitely. And yeah, man, I miss Chris a lot. I haven't seen him in person in decades, but cool, Chris.
We have a who's who tonight. Steve-O, Impetigo Steve-O. You remember Impetigo?
Chameleon. Once Steve-O wrote to me and he said, I said, you look different in this other picture I saw of you than in the picture you just sent me. And he says, yes, I'm a chameleon. I was like, what the fuck is it? What's up with this guy? Yes. And also Steve-O used to have a number attached to his name, which
138.
Yeah, that might be right. Yep. I remember that number. Or maybe not.
Sal says, I gotta eat. But all I got to say is Hellwitch and Nasty Savage are tied for #1 forever at being the best bands ever that come out of Florida.
Wow.
There you go.
Thank you, Sal. I appreciate that, man. Yep. Nasty Savage.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm honored to be compared to such a legendary, godly band.
Chris again says, thrash metal attack on New Renaissance Records. That's how I wrote to you. So there you go.
Right. The old P.O. Box 397 in Gainesville, Florida. Thrash metal attack. That's what that kind of started all. That kind of started it all for us. Well, not started, but that got us off the ground quite a bit.
Unknown says torture chambermaid. Stupid ass. Harold from Florida says, what's up, Pat? Good to see you on here. Caveman Cold Harold.
Oh, yeah. Harold, out of spite. Out of spite.
Good question here. Is that the vault of videos in the background?
This behind me, as you see, is 1/3 of the collection of over 13,000 concert videos that I have available for sale and trade at Darkest Soul Promotions. If you Google Darkest Soul Promotions, this collection will come up.
You know, that's one of the things people ask still. Hey, does Pat still have all the videos? Can you still get them? Well, there you go. You can.
You can. I do. And yes, I'm still filming stuff, and I love it. I love filming bands and trading and everything else that goes along with video bootleg debauchery.
That fucking rules. Shinobi says, I'm getting turned on to Hellwitch due to this stream. Been into death metal since the 90s, but just never heard much from these guys. Very cool.
Yes, thank you. Yes, check out the Hellwitch. You might like it. It's not like everything else.
Yep, John Rand says everyone should listen to Hellwitch. I mean, that's pretty good advice.
It might save your soul from the damnation.
Yep. Let me see what else we got here. Chris says, you had so much fun staying up here at my house on Pratt Street, which I still live in, the 3 a.m. comic strip.
I remember some of that, from the comic strip, and the loud fan that was in the bedroom we slept in. And the fan we thought was going to jump up and chew us all up and spit us all out. So it was great. Chris's dwelling was exceptional, and it was awesome to stay there and watch his dad scrub the bathtub.
Yep. Ruby from Houston. Well, yeah, she's from Houston. She just says badass. I guess your video collection there. Chris, Aaron says he used to trade videos with you. Bootleg Rule. O'Brien Sekula from Cleveland. I'm sure you remember the old Cleveland guys.
I do. Yes. Hail Satan. Cool.
All right. Cool. All right. So we're kind of went through the chat here a little quickly, but all right. So what we like to do on this show is we like to jam out all badass. So Pat has given us 10, 11 songs that, he's going to kind of talk a little bit about each one before we play them, kind of, the reason he chose them and whatnot. I mean, if you're new to this show, that's kind of how I'm doing it right now. But before we start, go to hellwitch.com and find out whatever it is you need to know about Hellwitch and buy some shit, right? You got all kinds of stuff on there, CDs, shirts.
Hellwitch.com has everything we have available, and all the current information is all at hellwitch.com.
There we go. Simple enough, right? Okay, so do you remember the songs you sent me in the order or anything, or how do you want to do this?
I glanced at it a little while ago. I know a few of them. I don't know if I could name all 11 right now, but
no. Well, I have them. Okay. I have them here. The first one you started with was well, I have them right here on my computer. What am I doing?
Yeah.
I think it was Raven.
To the limit, to the top.
Yes, exactly. You want to talk a little bit about Raven and why you chose Raven and what song you chose?
Yeah, when I first got into tape trading and met dudes in my area that were into underground cassette tape trading in like 80, 81, 82 maybe, Raven, Wiped Out, and Raven Rock Until You Drop were one of the first underground things I ever heard. And when I heard Wiped Out, and I heard basically that whole album is always incredible, an incredible feat of originality in every way, and especially To the Limit, to the Top, which has, I mean, I like to write with some of that in mind, like you go from a feeling to a different kind of feeling, and then to another feeling, and all of that in one song is a really difficult thing to achieve. And when I heard To the Limit, to the Top, I would play that song repeatedly. And when I saw Raven twice, I guess last year or earlier this year, can't quite remember, but they played all of Wiped Out. That's why I went and drove and saw them twice. And I had whiplash for like a week after that show each time. And To the Limit, to the Top is just so inspiring for me, and one of the first things I ever heard, that got me in even further into underground metal. And that just badass songwriting, variety of ideas, very creative, very original. And it just, it even now I listen to it and I'm still utterly just blown away and totally impressed.
Cool. All right. So this is Raven with To the Limit, to the Top. To the Limit, to the Top. There we go. we go. Raven to the limit, to the
Hello.
top. That's the definition of jamming out. All badass.
It was very badass. I got a little whiplash in there myself. Yeah, that was just incredible. And especially there's this middle part where it does kind of an offbeat thing, you know, slow part where it's kind of offbeat. And when I saw them play it, their drummer Mike played it straight, and I'm right up against the stage, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, no, that's not the beat. You're not doing the beat right. And he saw me, and then after the show, I said, "Oh, we're talking." I'm like, "Yeah, you know, to the limit, to the top," and I said, "Yeah, that drum part." And he goes, when you were giving me like the dirty looks?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, I didn't mean, you know, to be offensive. I said, but you know, I said that's very, you know, important to me. That whole song, it you know, must be respected. You gotta respect the fucking song. And he told me, he said, on the Live at the Inferno live version, it's played straight without the kind of offbeat. And he said that's what the brothers told him to play it that way. So he was always
play it right, or don't play it at all. God damn it!
Respect the song.
Respect the song. There you go. Everybody go. Everybody's going to be saying that from now on. Respect the song. God damn it. Respect the song.
I bandmates, I'm like, don't worry about me and what I'm doing. I'm like, respect the song. I'm like, it's about the song. It's not about for me or anybody. It's the song gets the respect.
I completely get it. I completely get it. You listen to that song over and over, and it's just ingrained in your brain like that.
It is.
And
you want to, you know, it has to be right. Always has to be right, no matter who it is and what it is.
Yep.
Unless you're a cunt. Unless you're anal cunt, then it's fucking, you know.
Speaking of that, where the fuck is Tim? I'm gonna text his ass to get on here. I don't know where the fuck he's at. He's usually hanging out in the chat, terrorizing everybody too. But anyway, all right, let's go back. Where were we? All right, let's see if I can get through a couple of things before we go on to the next tune. Where did I leave off? Oh, I think Kaz. John Gallagher is insane on that bass. All right, there we go.
He's a god.
What's up, Kaz? That's Crucifier Kaz. What else? What else we got here? Somebody said something about the vocals. John Gallagher can still hit those high pitches when he sings. Incredible.
It is. He does. It is incredible.
Lots of early Raven on JOABA lately, which is always a great thing. Yeah, man. Bow, 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 bow. Raven invented thrash. Changed my mind. What do you think about that? That's an interesting comment. What do you think? I mean, you were there.
I don't know, man. I mean, I just recently, when I saw them, I bought the Raven CD box set, and there are demos from 1976, and I didn't even know, really. I guess, you know, that's my bad. I dropped the ball. I didn't really know Raven even had recordings from 76 or 77. So could quite possibly be that they did invent it. Could be.
Did you guys ever cover, like, in the jam room or any Raven over the years?
Me and my drummer Brian, we mess around with Hell Patrol. We play parts of Hell Patrol now and then. But in my life, I used to love Don't Need Your Money. I used to always play Don't Need Your Money on the guitar, just when I was home, just jamming out, all badass.
Oh shit. All right, yeah, that's again, go to hellwitch.com for all your Hellwitch needs, right?
Yes.
Hellwitch.com, or and if you're on Instagram, go follow Hellwitch look up Hellwitch Official, and that is the one and only Pat on there, I believe.
I run the IG, and the Facebook is usually JP or Brian manage that, and yeah, everything else I try to maintain as best I can in my elder years here, as I'm gonna be 60 next month.
What?
I'm gonna be fucking 60 next month.
Yeah, so all you weenies out there have got no excuse. Did you see that video of them fucking playing? That's recently, and this dude is still out there just fucking shit up because it's right here, right? It's right fucking here. That's why.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. It's only a number. It's only a number.
Exactly. 60 is a new 25. Come on.
Some days I do feel like that, and some days it feels like 80 is the new 60.
Hell yeah. All right. So next up, I mean, no surprise that this band's on here. I picked the live version of the Slayer tune because that live in '85 at Dynamo is one of the greatest fucking live videos of all time, I think.
Of course, it's on the list. It's on the list at Darkest Soul Promotion.
Yeah. So anybody wants the entire because dude, I think I've literally played every song of that set like individually on the show.
Cool.
So it's one of the greatest things of all time. So you want to talk a little bit about why you chose Capture Sin?
Well, we me and the original founding member of Hellwitch, Harry, and I, when we were roommates at the University of Florida, he had his parents' credit card, and he would order all the newest releases from Metal Blade and whatever. Like, he would pre-order it with his parents' credit card. So we had Haunting the Chapel as soon as it came out mailed to our house. And we knew Show No Mercy, of course, and then that's godly. And when Haunting the Chapel came in the mail, that was a day that will go down in infamy, because we thought, it'll be like Show No Mercy, and Haunting the Chapel was a whole next level of intense songwriting and evil and just, darkness, just fucking total metal darkness. And yeah, man, I love that song so much, and makes me want to fucking stab somebody when I hear it.
Oh. This goes out to all the harlots of hell.
Are you enjoying yourself tonight? Tonight is young, and we come here to enjoy the unpleasant, is what they call sin. It is not a sin to listen to heavy metal, and it is a sin to enjoy it either. Tonight is young, and we are all here as Capture. Eyes in hell, spread your wings as I penetrate your soul. Feel the viruses through your body, I slip into your throne. Cast aside you as you will, I cannot how you bleed. Bleeding down our darkness, fall from my demons. Wings of hell, burn in my way. Death is what you pray, behold. Capture us. A middle stage of manipulation, captive of my vice. Abandon God, the helpless one, to relieve you of your plight. Words of action will not help, it will strengthen me. Beating God in your every move, what to pray, behold, capture. Your skin touch, a ladder, I ignite your timid blood. You feel my lethal touch as I grasp your weary soul. I'll take you down into the mud. Now, spread your wings and I penetrate your soul. Feel the vices through your bodies, I clip them to your throne. Got the time to walk the world, I cannot hide you. Satan shall not touch us, born from my demon seed. Winds of hell, blood, my wind, death is what you pray, behold. Capture us.
Oh, it's over. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, it's over. It's over, man. It's over.
Stop.
Yeah, I told everybody. Only I can see you in the background, fucking. You know, like
So much.
fuck yeah, that Slayer just does that. If Slayer doesn't do that to you, you just move along and go find something else.
You should be listening to the Backstreet Boys if that's
Yeah, exactly.
you're not Slayer feeling it in your blackened soul.
Here's a question for you. It's a conversation thing only. Is Haunting the Chapel the greatest EP as far as evil metal or whatever is concerned?
Good question. Off the top of my head, I would say yes, because I'm kind of thinking of EPs now, and I'm like, what's better than those 3 songs? I can't really.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
An EP that has 3 such, outstanding, each one is. I mean, yeah, those are 3 of Slayer's best
Just
ever songs.
Classics.
Yeah, they're better than any than most things on the planet.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you got Apocalyptic Raids, In the Sign of Evil, fucking obviously Haunting the Chapel, Sentence of Death. What else? I don't know. Like early on, I mean, those. I don't know. Haunting the Chapel is just.
Yeah.
Imagine if there would have been an entire album of that shit. What they were doing.
Yeah.
Ridiculous how good they were. And I'm glad you mentioned it because their transition from Show No Mercy to that, I mean,
it shot up. Their songwriting just went through the fucking roof. And I mean, I thought Hell Awaits was a bit of a continuation from that, really.
Yeah, totally.
Hell Awaits was still kind of in that vein.
Totally. Yeah, Hell Awaits is just, fuck,
Yeah,
all right, let's get some comments. What's up, Pat? Still have my signed SMLP. Jeffrey from Canadian Assault. God damn, we got a who's who in here tonight, man. Canadian Assault. I mean,
Sacrifice. Water.
Let's see. Let's go through here. Rest in peace, Tom's neck. Now you know why he's got neck problems. Like fucking those Slayer shows.
Fuck you up.
People are just reciting lyrics from Captor of Sin. So Darkened Souls. I'm gonna put at the end. It's actually on the. If you go watch the 6.66 questions episode I did with Pat, I actually have the link to the Darkest Soul promotions or on there. But I'm gonna put it after this is over. I'm gonna put it in the description. That way you can just click that link. I'll make it easy for you. Click the link and it'll take you right to his video site. All right.
I actually use the bit.ly now, bit.ly/Darkest Soul Promotions. So yeah.
Oh shit! All right. Well, I use that Angel Fire thing that you had sent me.
Okay. Yeah. I found a little shortcut there, so now you could just
okay. So
bit.ly/Darkest Soul Promotions.
Yeah. So after the show, after it's over, you can just send me the link and I'll add it to the description. That everybody can just go straight to there and go buy some fucking videos.
Cool. At Francisco. Thank you.
Of course, man. I used to get shit from you all the time, way back when.
Oh yeah.
Haunting the Chapel and Venom's Die Hard 12-inch. I mean, you can't go wrong with Venom, right? Bird in my wake. Everybody's if you didn't know the lyrics to Captain of Sin, just read the chat. You'll fucking learn them all.
Yeah.
Paul says Haunting the Chapel, Apocalyptic Rays, and In the Sign of Evil. Emperor's Return, another good one. I don't know if you were a Frost guy. I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
Nuns have no fun, of course.
Yeah. Yes. Of course. Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm hearing all these, and I still like Haunting the Chapel better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. It starts off the title track. I mean, the first line, one of the best opening lines ever. The Holy Cross, symbol of lies. I mean, come on.
That loves Satan even more.
and then the simple fucking E riff on chemical warfare. I mean, come on. How can they make that so brutal? Just
yeah. They invented the triplet, man. They took the triplet and made it something.
Yep. I agree. All right, fucking Slayer. Slayer gets everybody Slayer gets everybody fucking.
It's so great.
Hyped up. So what was the earliest you got to see Slayer down in Florida? Did they make it down that way like 84, 85?
Never. I was lucky enough that again, my good roommate and founding member of Hellwitch, Harry, he was in touch with Slayer. He was writing them, and he actually had Kerry King's phone number in like 84. So he was calling him on the phone, and they played in Columbia, South Carolina in 85, March of 85. And they played at a club where they did one show that was 21 and over. And then before that, they did an all ages show. So we drove about probably 6 hours, and we saw 2 full, like 90-minute sets of Slayer in one night. So, and yeah, that was March of 85. So, that was the game changer, man. I saw that, and it made Hellwitch really take off for me. Like, I came home and I was just, hyped up on, this is what I want to do. This is what life is about. This is the plan right here. And I remember at that show in South Carolina, the guys from Hallows Eve were there, and it was like this 5 guys just like moving around as like, I don't know if you remember the Tasmanian Devil in the Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Of course.
Girl of 5 guys bashing through the crowd and then bashing out of the crowd and then smashing back into the crowd. And it was like the fucking Hallows Eve, man. I was like, Jesus, what the fuck is this?
That rules.
It was cool.
So how many 21-year-olds in 84 or older than 21 were into Slayer? Wasn't everybody fairly young?
I'll tell you, the all ages show had a lot more people than the 20 show. Yeah, the all ages show had more people. The 21 and over, it had a lot, but it was, from what I could be wrong. I don't know. It was a long time ago, many bong hits ago. But Slayer, the all ages, there was a ton of teenagers. I remember that. There was a lot of teenagers.
Yeah, hell yeah, I would imagine so. Fucking 8. All right, cool. All right, let's we could talk about Slayer all fucking night, but let's let's see what else. Let me look at the list here. I think after Slayer was
Death.
Death
Death
is what you crave.
Summon
Yeah.
to die.
Summon to die. You want to speak on this, or you want to listen to it and come back and talk about it? What do you want to do?
Listen to it and I'll speak about it after, but let's just say this is the mouthful of milk version.
The mouthful of milk version? All right, here we go. Summon to die.
Striking you down, so down the fire tail, it falls the holy ground. Like a knife, give it fight, in the sky, fear God, give it free, take the laugh, back you down, feel my wrath, summon to die. And the cry with the mothers and fathers, I'm getting up with. Treat it down on his hands and knees, put him in the fire. Like a knife, through the fight, in the pride, inside, give it free, and the laugh, cut you down, feel my wrath, summon to die. Summon to die!
Summon to die! Hell
Oh yeah, mouthful of milk.
Well, okay. What's so let me. I mean, you were obviously you were around when they were kind of getting going early on in the early days. Any stories you'd like to share? About those olden days.
Yeah, man. I mean, Chuck came and stayed at my house, and it was he stayed, and we played a show. HELLWITCH played with COC in Gainesville,
Okay.
and Chuck came and joined us on stage, and I played rhythm guitar. He played did lead and vocals, and the other two members of HELLWITCH, bass and drums, and it was incredible, and it was funny because we did Infernal Death, and I didn't really know that he had rewritten the lyrics for Scream Bloody Gore at that point. That was October 25th of 86. And when he sang the lyrics, I was like, wow. I'm like, what happened to We Praise Satan, Prince of Darkness? And I was a little bit disappointed by that, but I learned to love the Gore lyrics too. But yeah, it was a little strange to hear him singing different lyrics than what we had heard up to that point. And yeah, they Chuck came with up from Altamont Springs, which was like maybe an hour and a half from where we lived in Gainesville, if that, and stayed with us, and it was cool. He brought when he stayed, he brought the first Sepultura, and I had not heard them, and that was the first time I heard Sepultura was thanks to Chuck. And he also turned me on to the Sadist Death to Posers demo, which I had not heard either before his staying at our house. So that was really cool, and he was super cool guy, and we smoked out of my electric bong, and a couple days, and it was cool, and we a couple of my friends drove him back home because they were from South Florida. So he came up with a couple friends, they left, and he stayed like another day. And then my friends drove him back to Altamont Springs. And my one friend, is kind of a drinker. And they were in the car riding back. And my friend was like, "So Evil Chuck, when is this? When's the album come out?" And Chuck said, "I don't really go by that name anymore."
Wow.
5 minutes later, my friend's like, "So Evil Chuck, when are you guys gonna play in South?" Chuck doesn't go by Evil Chuck anymore, and I was like, "What?" I'm like, he's always gonna be Evil Chuck. What the fuck what's he talking about?
Yeah, man, fucking Evil Chuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it was really cool, and we were lucky enough to get good copies of the demo you just played. Like,
yeah,
we got copies from Cam, and so the copies were really clear and for what it is. But that the mouthful of milk on "Something to Die."
Yeah.
I always loved it, and that's one of my favorite Death songs of all time, and that's one of my favorite songs of all time, definitely.
Hell yeah. Somebody in the chat wanted to send me a chatter from Belgium. Wanted to show us his Hellwitch EP.
Oh, he's got the 7-inch, the Nosferatu 7-inch, limited to 500 copies.
That's it. So there you go. So there you go. Uncouth Youth, dude, has an awesome YouTube channel. Everybody needs to go check it out. Where's it at? He said he left a comment a second ago. Oh fuck. My computer's acting up.
Uh-oh.
Pat, do you still have the demo? Those demos you got from Cam?
Yes, I do.
Fuck yeah. Oh, there it is. Uncouth Youth. Go check out his channel. He's got a bunch of rehearsal type stuff. Basically like what Pat has on videos back there, he's got like on audio, like on his YouTube, like for audio, like audio rehearsals and live shows and demos and all kinds of shit. So everybody go check out his channel. Fucking rules.
Check it out.
Fuck yeah. Do you have a YouTube? Is there a Hellwitch YouTube channel?
There is.
Oh, okay.
Really maintain it. I think the record label, Listenable Records, put a couple things on. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at it in quite some time.
Hell yeah. All right. So that was Evil Chuck with Evil Death, because they still had the upside down cross on the logo.
Yeah. The real true logo.
Yeah. The true logo. Yeah, exactly. All right, hellwitch.com. I'm going to say it every chance I get. Hellwitch.com. Go get some Hellwitch shit. All right? Quit fucking around. Don't buy the new Metallica or whatever the fuck. Go buy the new Hellwitch.
Don't buy the
all right.
stab wound.
Next up, we're going to Canada. You want to jam it and then talk about it when we come back?
It's got to be as Frank, our old bass player, R.I.P., used to say, Necromonicon.
All right, so this is Sacrifice from Canada.
Torment and Fire.
That's right. Where the fuck is the song at? I can't find it. I got it here somewhere.
Yes.
There it is. All right, so this is Sacrifice Necronomicon. Necronomicon. Hell yeah. Tormented Fire. There you go. There you go.
One of my main vocal influences, Rob.
Yeah. Rob Urbanati. Yeah.
Urbanati.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Indeed.
When I got that, I remember I had the demo, and then through tape trading, there was always advanced tracks. You'd always get someone would get a couple album, advanced tracks from the new album. And I got the advanced tracks from Torment and Fire before it came out, of course. And it was the Necronomicon, and I think Burned at the Stake. And I was just, it was just incredible. It was Necronomicon. I listened to that over and over and over, so much so that by 87, we were covering that when we played live.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. All right, let's get some questions here. Well, I did see you guys are playing the Nuclear War Now Fest.
Yes.
Is that right? When is that? Is that soon, or is that next year? When is that?
It's it's sponsored and hosted by Nuclear War Now and Iron Bonehead Records, and it's the Never Surrender Fest in Berlin, Germany.
Yeah.
In about 3 weeks.
Oh shit! That is soon. That is soon. Fuck yeah! So, when was the last time you were in Europe?
Probably never. Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
And this will be an exclusive show. And then in 2024, we're heading back to Europe again for some festivals.
Fuck yeah. That fucking rules, dude. Yeah.
For our 40th anniversary.
Obviously, you're fucking psyched as hell to be heading over to.
I'm a little bit excited.
Yeah, just a little bit. West Coast. People want you on the West Coast. Come to California. You guys got anything planned over there? Or?
As of now, no. But next year's our 40th anniversary, and we're already planning a U.S. tour of some kind, which is already going now. And we're hoping we can, make it all the way to the west side of the country. But that's a really long drive, and I don't know. We'll have to see, but hopefully it happens. Worst case scenario, I'm thinking we might fly out and just do a couple shows in California and fly back to Florida. But you know, we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But definitely would love to, because last time we played in California was in 2014 when we toured with Solstice from the Solstice from Florida. And yeah, LA and San Jose were probably the two best shows of that whole tour. So I definitely would like to go back there again. We would definitely be psyched to play in California again.
Yep. Oh, hold on. Hey, Pat, do you still collect Beta? Wow, Betamax. Holy shit. Uh-oh, we lost him. I think he just cut himself off. Oh, there
we go. There we go. Yeah, the damn phone started ringing, but
okay. Hey, stop calling. God damn it.
I do. I have probably, I mean, I only have probably 150 Betamax tapes, but I do have probably 300 laser discs and probably maybe 300 VHS movies and probably 1,000 DVDs and Blu-rays. And I have 4 laser disc players, 2 Betamax players, 8mm camcorder. I have an 8mm VCR, 4K player. The only thing I'm missing is like one of those 16 or 8mm film projectors, which I'm thinking about getting, or a CED player, which was akin to Laserdisc back in the day. But yep, love me some obsolete formats.
Any plans for any re-releases of older stuff or anything in the works?
Well, Syzygial Miscreancy is currently available on 3 different. There are 3 different pressings that we have available, so that won't be repressed. That won't be repressed anytime soon. And the second album, Omnipotent Convocation, has been re-released on Vic Records about a year ago, so that's still widely available. And Syzygial Miscreancy will be coming out on vinyl sometime early next year on Devil's Elixirs Records. So check that out if you want a vinyl copy. And the 30th anniversary 10 LP box set is still available at on our sites and on eBay from me.
There you go. So if you want some, go to hellwitch.com, hellwitch.com. Speaking of Syzygial Miscreancy, since it's been re-released or reissued here recently, let's listen to Sentient Transmography, shall we?
Wow, that sounds scary.
Hell yeah.
Ah!
All right, so get that album, different reissue versions are available. Can they get that at hellwitch.com?
They can.
All right, well, go to hellwitch.com, hellwitch.com.
3 different pressings. At hellwitch.com for each pressing.
Exactly. 3 different pressings at one convenient location.
One-stop shopping. You gotta love it.
Exactly. All right, here's some old Hellwitch.
Curbside pickup.
Here's some old Hellwitch flyers. See if these bring back any memories.
Oh, there we go. Rocky Point Beach Resort with Massacre, Morbid Angel, Executioner, who went on to be Obituary, and some other bands that were pretty cool that I don't quite remember offhand. Let me see here. I know there was one band, Havoc. I think it was Havoc, where they had a flash thing on stage, like flash pots on stage, and the singer had his arm above the flash pot when it went off, and like he had to go to the hospital. He like didn't blow his hand off, but the flash pot went off. He wasn't paying attention, and it like injured. The explosion blew up on his hand.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But that was the second day. We played, I think, the first day, and the second day is when that happened. And yeah, that was an epic festival with David Vincent at that point, as you can see on the flyer. David Vincent was Gorky Records, and he was the guy from Gorky Records, and he came down from North Carolina, from Charlotte, which is, as you know, later Morbid Angel relocated to Charlotte, North Carolina because of him. And he was there scouting the bands and trying to find some other bands to sign, because at that point he was going to sign Morbid Angel. Morbid Angel was to be on Gorky Records that Abominations of Desolation was to be released on Gorky Records. And yeah, that never happened.
Nope.
But David definitely became part of the band somehow, some way.
Yeah, well, that's for another show.
Yeah. Oh, an hour and a half talking about that one.
Yeah. Again, you probably weren't here, Rotten Punks, but I will put all the links to the videos and all that shit, all the live videos and all that in the description. So everybody, you can rewatch the episode even if you're watching it live now. Rewatch the whole fucking thing again. You'll probably hear something that you might have missed. But yeah, go to hellwitch.com for all your Hellwitch needs, and also I will put the link to the videos and all that. But it's what you say, if they can remember now, bit.ly or something, or what was it?
bit.ly/Darkest Soul Promotions.
There you go. bit.ly. .ly.
// Darkest Soul Promotions.
Darkest Soul Promotions. There you go. I'll try to put it up here in a minute.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Cool. All right. All right. Let me get back to your
back to
your list here.
The list.
All right. So this next one is from speaking of California, since people are asking about California, this band's from the Bay Area, and they are called Insanity. This is from the Death After Death LP. Specifically chose the LP version of this classic Insanity song called
That's the one. That's
Fire Death Fate.
Oh.
Fire Death Fate. Death Beat. Hell yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
Total speed.
That song's from like 85 or older. And like, who the fuck was playing like that in 85? That was worlds ahead of its time. Like that kind of riffing was just, when I heard Insanity, I mean, at first all we had was rehearsal tapes of them.
Yeah.
And man, immediately I was like, holy shit. I'm like, who thought of this? Who wrote this? Like, who the hell could come up with something this vicious and relentless and just brutal? And yep, Dave, Joe, and all those guys in Insanity.
Fuck yeah.
And Bud comes.
Yeah, rest in peace, Joe and Bud.
Yes.
Crazy.
But it was cool when I think that came out in 94, that album. So I was, I mean, I waited like 9 years, I heard them, and 9 years later, I finally got to hear proper studio recordings of all those classic songs from them. And I think, Dave did a really good job, getting a lineup together and, respecting the songs, the way they were meant to be. Yep.
Yeah. If you learn one thing today, we learn to respect the song. All right? Respect the fucking song. All right, hey, I don't know if you got like a time you need to get out, because we're still because we still got a few tunes to get through. But if there's a time you need to cut off, let me know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just getting ready to have lunch in probably about 3 hours. I'll have some lunch.
Well, I mean, like I said, if you got to go, obviously, that's fine. But we go as you may. If you hang around for 10, 15, 20, 30 more minutes or whatever, it's up to you.
Keep going. Let's keep going.
Keep going. Let them play. Let them play.
Fuck, you can't stop metal. You can't. I don't want to sound like Twisted Sister, but something like
you can't stop rock and roll.
You can't stop brutal metal.
Exactly. All right, next up on the playlist of death is this band is from Illinois, and it's an instrumental.
Woo! Devastation.
All right, so this is Devastation from Chicago.
I know I know you're in Texas, but I mean, Devastation from Chicago is, for me, that's the Devastation.
Right. I mean, I like them both, but yeah,
I do.
No doubt.
I like them both.
So let's listen to some instrumental from Devastation. I had the song queued up and I fucked up. So here goes. This is the instrumental. I knew right away. I was like, no, that's the I fucking did. There we go. This is the instrumental. Take two.
Yes.
I don't know why nothing's happening, but I'll have to cue that one up again. Give me a moment while I'm gonna actually cue it up.
I'll talk some shit about Devastation. There
you go. Go ahead. So let me see if I can find it again here. So I know it played da 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 da. All right. So let me. All right. Now you can talk. I'll cue it up.
Devastation.
There we go. So it was right about. Oops, too far. Right about there, the other song ends. And here it goes.
Woo-hoo.
Nailed it.
Yes.
There we go. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you, Pat. All right, he's logging back off. Logging back on. So I'm gonna, what do you say? bit.ly/darkest. All right, you got us?
I can hear you. Can you hear
All
me?
right, cool. Yeah, got you.
Yes.
All right, so let me put a banner up here. So it's bit.ly/darkest soul promotions. I don't know why I didn't do this while the song was playing, but for a shitload of heavy ass videos. There we go.
Promotions.
There we go.
Cool.
So bit.ly/darkest soul promotions for a shitload of heavy ass videos. There we go. So now you guys can go.
Awesome.
Quit asking me.
Good deal. Good deal.
All right. So yeah, get some videos. I should have brought some of like the old tapes. I have old VHS tapes that I got from you, but you know, they're locked away somewhere probably. So
are they in drawers? Are they in drawers like this?
Actually, yeah, those old VHS little ones that kind of you just pull out or whatever. Yeah, exactly like those. Hey, oh yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Any chance you can pick up the phone and give us a little tour of the fucking little warehouse there? I would love to. All right, yeah, let's do that.
Here we go. All right, so here is the there's the instrument of mass destruction right there, which you can see, and then we got some tapes going here. And there, oh, look at this. We got all kind of gold nuggets in there. Sam Hain, G.G. Allen, 1984.
Oh shit.
Angel. Fucking what else? Horror of Horrors from Maryland, which later went on to be Diabolic and Impiety, and you know, mostly good stuff in there. We got some Plant and Page in there too, just for monetary purposes. I have some of that in there. And the drawers go all the way up to here, and then all the way down to the floor. And yeah, man, that's this is about 1/3 of the whole collection.
1/3.
So that's about 1/3 right there. That's just scratching the surface a little bit with that one there.
That's insane. Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. And I would imagine I see you have everything numbered and all that. So I would imagine you'd have to have that, you know, pretty well organized to be able to find anything.
When I started, the video list was just a random list, handwritten and just in random order. And then I think probably around 94, I went a good 10 years of just having a random, list. It was typewritten, but it wasn't alphabetized. And then somebody with a computer in like 94, and they said, oh, it's easy to, and I traded the guy, traded, gave him a bunch of tapes of VHS of stuff he wanted from my list. And he said, in return, I will alphabetize your whole list for you and put it on a floppy, a 3.5-inch floppy. So I sent him videos, and he sent me a 3.5-inch floppy disk with my whole list alphabetized. Wow, that was just a glorious day that I'll never forget.
Fuck yeah, that rules. You may not be able to find that floppy disk at hellwitch.com, but you will find a lot of other cool shit at hellwitch.com.
Everything I have is on the list at Darkest Soul Promotions.
There you go. So there you go. bit.ly/darkest soul promotion. Did I spell that right? Darkest soul. Yeah, I sure did.
Yes.
I spelled it correctly. All right. So that was Devastation with the instrumental. I guess I should ask, why did you pick the instrumental?
To be quite honest, I screwed that up. They have another instrumental song, and that was the one I wanted to play, and I played tonight. And but yeah, anyway, Devastation from Chicago, I love that technical riffing. And again, 86, 86, who was doing real super technical, cutting edge note riffing like they were. No one else was. And I mean, those guys, Insanity, there were a couple around, but Devastation just always really blew my mind with how technical the guitar playing was. And Irv the guitarist is just a total god shredder, and just really, they were incredible songwriting, and for like a self-produced, I think, demo or whatever that was, album, they did a really good job. You can make out everything, hear everything, and it was just incredible, man. I still love Devastation as one of my probably top 10 bands of all time.
Fuck yeah. All right, so let's go back to Florida, which I think this band has been mentioned several times already. Let's go ahead and listen to Pray the Kingdom Come.
Demo.
that fucking demo is just ridiculous.
That's probably one of my favorite demos in life. And I mean, I knew Morbid Angel, obviously a couple of years before that when they were still in Tampa, and they moved to Charlotte, and I went and stayed with them for like a week there. And right after that demo was recorded, I went and stayed with them, and they played it for me when I was at their house. And that was like groundbreaking, like that song especially. There were really no other bands that sounded that intense with that many changes and odd timing things, and kind of offbeat here and there, and just Trey and Richard's shredding solos of noisiness, which, I mean, you might be able to tell that I take a little bit of inspiration from that type of soloing. And it just, that demo just blew my mind and still continues to. And I mean, I thought Wayne did a great job drumming. They were really lucky to find a guy that good in 87, and teach him how to blast and play those songs. Because from what I understand, Wayne the drummer had been just a heavy metal drummer.
Wow.
And he was recruited by, he had been in bands with David Vincent before Morbid Angel, and David dragged him into Morbid Angel, and they did that demo. But from what I've heard, from what they told me, Wayne's heart was not in like death metal. He was more of a like stuff that wasn't as extreme. And so that was pretty much the end of him being in the band after that demo.
And funny because the heart is in his name.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. This might be the first Wayne Hartzell story I've ever heard. Any more Wayne Hartzell stories? Because that guy is like, he's like a I don't know, almost like a fictional character that, you know what I mean? Because he was just on that demo and that's it.
Yeah, man. And it's funny. I didn't know, kind of what I just told you when I was there. And I was there and I asked them, I said, hey, they practice in their living room. And, I'm sleeping in their living room, and I'm like, man, can you guys practice one day? Can I watch y'all practice? And Trey was like, sure. And he goes and asked Wayne if they could practice. And Richard had incidentally been in Tampa when I was at their house. And Wayne replied, oh, well, Richard's not here. We can't practice. And I said, man, the three of you, I would really appreciate it if you all three of you just, played a few songs. And
oh shit, we lost your sound. Okay, no, we lost your sound, but we got you back.
Okay, but Wayne said Richard wasn't there to practice, so he didn't want to practice. And
what?
I was there visiting. I'm like, man, just the three of you all practice and play a couple songs for me. I'd really appreciate it. And Wayne was not having it.
Well, shit. Now, so screw you, Wayne Hartzell.
It doesn't. That's his drumming is still phenomenal, man. I love him. I love the drumming on that. Sound of his drumming on that demo is just incredible and great. Yeah, totally. Great fills. I love it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but that's cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Ed. I was like a little kid listening to their teacher like tell a story and shit. Things I've never heard about. Nobody ever talks about that guy, so we appreciate that.
He's pretty obscure.
Yeah. Like somebody said, he and John Hand are going to start a band together pretty soon.
John Hand.
Did you ever meet John Hand back then?
Heard that name. I never saw him. Never heard of him.
Okay. All right, fair enough. I thought we were going to get a John Hand exclusive or something.
Yeah, somebody needs to get that going.
So what do y'all get on that? All right. I'll tell my people to get on that shit. All right. So let's stay in Florida. I'm glad you picked this version because it just sounds so evil. The Amon demo. Yeah. So let's listen to a little bit of this and we'll come back and talk some shit.
Yes. Amon.
There we go. Fucking Amon. Wait, I live next door to Glenn Benton. I'm gonna go break in and steal this album. What? Do it. Hey, I'll send you the link. We'll watch you live. Do it. I'll send you. Take your cell phone and I'll send you the link, and we can watch you go break into Glenn Benton's house.
I'll PayPal you if you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take up a super chat. Take up a super chat here for Baphometic Fanny Packer.
The Packer. But yeah, man.
So did you see Deicide, or sorry, Amon? Did you see him back when they were first starting out?
I did. We saw Amon, I think in 88. Yes, drove to Tampa, saw Amon, Obituary, and someone else. I can't remember who else, but it was Amon and Obituary, and Morbid Angel. But there was a problem, and the show got closed down before Morbid Angel got to play. So I saw Amon and Obituary, and it was funny. Amon had these like statues of the Virgin Mary, like probably 2 foot tall, like plaster statues that looked like they were stolen from a cemetery or something, and they had them on the front of the stage. And while they're playing, Glenn went and kicked them off, and the stage was probably 5-6 feet, about 5 feet tall, and the statues fell and smashed on the ground in front of the stage. And and that was that. I mean, I had heard the name, but I had never seen them or had not heard them. And I have to say, when I saw them then, I didn't, the sound wasn't great, and I didn't think they were that good. And right. I kind of was like, well, this is just some local band, some Tampa local band, whatever. And then later on, when I heard more of them, good quality, I was like, holy shit, this is something, this is something fucking for real here. And yeah, man. And then I actually, got the Deicide album first, and then heard the Amon demos later on. And
yeah, same here.
I always thought the Amon demos were better than the Deicide album. I'm people that know me, they'll say, oh, to Pat, only demos are real. And, yeah. So
exactly. I'm one of those guys.
Yeah, man. And that vocal effect on there, that's better than the vocal effect on the debut album, I think. And just that rawness and brutality, and just the evilness of it. Just, I just love it so much.
Fuck yeah. You know where else you're going to find some cool shit that you're going to love? Hellwitch.com. Hellwitch.com, and also at bit.ly/Darkest Soul Promotions. You're going to find even cooler shit there too. So go.
Yeah, it'll fuck your brain if you look at that list.
So, all right. So you did mention if you wanted the demo version or the album version of this, but the album version, both versions are kick-ass, but I got the album version of Twisted Face. Did I make the right decision? Okay.
Yes.
This is one of my all-time favorite albums. Their demo fucking kills too.
Me too. One of my favorites in life.
So let's listen to some Sadist, shall we? Fucking Darren Travis, man. Fucking vocals.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, that song is basically 2 riffs. It's 2 riffs. And I mean, to have that excellence, you know, through just 2 riffs is that's very impressive, man. That's very impressive. You know, I mean, the end is the 3rd riff, but you know, that's like the end of the song. But from a musician standpoint, you know, a great song like that with 2 riffs says a lot, because you're doing more with less. You know, you're doing more with, and yeah, I mean, that whole first Sadist album that was a game changer again for me. Like, it just you know, very inspiring. Made me want to go home and, you know, sit home and practice, made me want to work on songs that were better, made me want to, you know, use the whammy bar more, and, you know, get crazier on the guitar and scream more and be more intense and knock the phone over.
Knock the phone down.
Ah!
Well, it's interesting because I see kind of a connection with a lot of these songs. Or these bands you picked, like the majority of these songs, I could actually see you stepping in and being a guitar player in these bands.
Thank you. I wish.
Like,
I wish.
I mean, Slayer, you know, Sacrifice, Insanity, Devastation, Morbid Angel, Sadist. You know, I think you could just, you should have fucking picked up the guitar when Richard wasn't there, and you could have practiced. You could have been in Morbid Angel. Hey, did that ever come up? Was that ever? I know your Hellwitch is your thing, but did anybody ever try to say, "Hey, Pat, you want to join our band" or anything like that?
Well, honestly, went and saw Death in Morbid Angel in Tampa right after Mentally Murdered from Napalm Death came out, and Mick Harris was there. Mick Harris came from England to see the show, and Mick they only had Jesse Pintato at that time, and they wanted a second guitarist, and Mick offered me the spot.
What?
When we were in Tampa. Yeah. And we started, you know, writing letters back and forth about it. And in the first letter, he said something about, well, you know, you'll move here to England and this and that. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, I don't think I'm not quite into moving to England. That really a little rough. And that was the end of it, you know. That was the end of it. And you know, I'm thinking, you know, I'm gonna have to get a job in England, and you know, everything was in pounds, which was way more expensive than US dollars. So I figured whatever money I had saved is not gonna go far in England, you know. And so I kind of you know, just kind of bowed out at that point. But it was discussed for a little while there, definitely.
Wow, that's fucking awesome. So technically, sometime around 1989, you were in Napalm Death.
Yeah, and it was funny later on when in '91 I saw Napalm Death in Miami, and I was talking to Mitch about this story, and he's like, "Wow," he's like, If you took it, I wouldn't be here right now. And
wow,
I'm like, yeah. I go, if I would have just followed up, I'm like, I would be in your shoes right now. And you know, I was a little regretful at that moment.
Oh, this is funny. And you had to learn the language too if you went over there.
Fucking chuffed. A fucking we're chuffed.
Bloody chuffed.
Bloody chuffed.
But that's fucking wild, man. I've never have you ever? How come I've never heard that? Nobody, is that something you've mentioned in interviews before or anything?
I don't think so. No, I mean, yeah, maybe not. I guess not. I don't think so, because it didn't happen. We never played together. It was, you know, met in person at that show. You know, Mick and I talked about it, and then I wrote to him. He wrote to me. I wrote him back. And then he wrote, and I wrote back and said, yeah, you know, moving to England might not really work for me.
Yeah. So I gotta do this little intro thing for.
Listen up here, motherfuckers. This is a Jamming Out All Badass exclusive.
We just got a fucking exclusive, yo.
Yes, that was exclusive. There you go. Yes, you can say that, Francisco. It is pretty fucking exclusive. I don't spread that shit around lightly.
Fuck yeah. No, that fucking rules, man. Yeah. So that's gonna be that's gonna be a clip. That's gonna be a clip. But yeah, man, you fucking dropped some fucking bombshells on us today. That fucking rules.
I'm glad. I'm glad I could.
Wayne Hartzell fucking saying, "Nah, dude, we need both guitarists here, man."
Yeah. Evil Chuck. I don't really go by that name anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, that. This is Ruben. England doesn't have a Chacho's Mexican restaurant, so that wouldn't work for you either.
No. Yeah, I things are very different over. I mean, I was 24, maybe 20, 25, and I was like, yo, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. That is fucking wild. All right. Pat just dropping all kinds of fucking bombs on us today. That's fucking awesome. All right. So far we've had stuff from like early 80s to like mid to late 80s.
I think I made it in chronological
things, right?
order. Huh?
Yeah. Now we got a couple of newer kind of things. There's a band called Dimension Zero, which I've never heard of.
Oh, woo! Fucking great. Great.
Let's listen to this band and then we'll come back and talk about it. So where's this? Well, I guess we'll talk about it after we listen to it.
Yes.
Here we go. This is Dimension Zero with Silent Night Fever.
Not John Travolta. No John Travolta.
Let's fucking go!
No, there we go. So that was
Dimension Zero from Sweden.
From Sweden. There you go.
And you know, I mean, I found those guys like around the time that's their first album. I think they only have like 3, and then they broke up. But it was the, you know, people called it the Swedish melodic death metal, and I heard that, I'm like, this isn't really melodic to me. It's fucking like pretty brutal and thrashy. And I'm like, I don't really get the, you know, it's melodic. I never understood that. I still don't, but they were, you know, one of the first I heard of that genre. And then I heard Corporation 187. I heard Construct Dead, you know, and like there was a couple of them that I really, you know, Gardenian. And I love that style, man. And Dimension Zero, they do it best. And a big part of it is that singer is the original Marduk singer. And that was, you know, I was like, oh man, that, you know, fucking loved his voice. And I mean, the riffing is just incredible. And, you know, a lot of weird drum beats in there, not just straight thrash beats, and, you know, kind of technical, you know, cool changes. And, you know, again, the dude, the singer of Marduk, screaming for them was just, I really like that a lot, you know, really like that. But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite bands.
What do you have pricing on the videos on the thing, or just, I would assume how the videos.
For fear of like the, you know, the RIAA, I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Yeah, I don't want the RIA. They came after me once, which is another whole story. Okay. But I've gotten letters from the RIAA. But I don't put prices. There's my email address. You can email me, and then I will, you know, I provide all the ordering information and everything else.
There you go. So go to this. Yeah, go to the, where did it fucking go? Here you go. bit.ly/Dark Assault Promotions, and you should have an email link on there. Go to that, there is, and then just get on that shit. All right, one more.
Buy something.
Yeah, buy something. God damn it.
Buy something.
Hellwitch.com. Hellwitch.com. Hellwitch.com.
Woo! Ah!
There we go.
The devil.
Impious mortal lives. All right, here we go. All right, so we got one more, and then we'll start closing up shop here. This is Demolic.
One of my probably my favorite band.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so this is something called The Faces Right Below the Skin of the Earth. This is an old Finnish death metal band, but that I know. So let's check it out.
Yes. Listen to this shit.
How can you catch it? Dude, that was some crazy riffing on that. Holy shit. Uh-oh, can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah. Rocket to catch it. There we go. He's gonna log back on. So that was Demolic. Finland. Yeah, I think that was newer stuff, I would imagine. I don't know. Here he comes.
Hello, hello.
There he is. He's back.
Welcome
All right, so
back.
I would have never guessed that Demolic is your favorite band. Never.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
You know, I mean, as you may have noticed, I talk a lot about originality and not sounding like other bands and doing
Right.
your own thing and having your own sound and not, you know, not fucking ripping off other bands' sounds. And Demolic is you know, that to me, that's like the epitome of originality. I mean, who when I heard the Nesmith album in '93, Anti, the singer, guitarist, songwriter, main songwriter, he had written to me, he had written to Hellwitch because he had Denial newsletter. And, you know, this was 92. So, and he's like, oh, you know, here's a demo of my band, you know, and I was like, oh, yay, another dude with some newsletter with some shitty demo of his shitty band. And I heard that demo and I said, whoa, what, you know, what do we have here? And then, he sent me the advance of the album because the album hadn't come out yet. And I wrote Anti and I said, is this, you know, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I'm the singer guitarist. And he said, we're going to be breaking up. He goes, the album's coming out, but he goes, we're done. He goes, I'm doing all the work. Nobody really contributes much. I write all the music. You know, and I was like, holy shit, you're the one that comes up with this shit. I was like, man, I was like, damn, man. I go, that's a crying shame because this is one of the, you know, best things I've ever heard in my life. And then, you know, after listening to the album for maybe a few months, I was like, this is the most original, creative, unlike anything else I've ever heard band on the planet for me, you know. And I mean, granted, it's not my style of playing, you know. I mean, that's the, you know, it's from 90, you know, 91, whatever. So it's kind of the next generation of bands. He's from that, you know, one newer generation of bands than Hellwitch came from. And,
right.
But yeah, that songwriting and that, style and his vocals, which, you know, have no effects to make them sound lower, you know, that really caught my attention. And I mean, again, it's not my favorite style of vocals, but for that music, I think it's great. And I respect that, you know, he makes his voice sound like that. He created a sound of, you know, super low, which it's not like, say, Mortician super low or a lot of bands that are super low vocals. He has a super low vocal style that is unlike anything I've ever heard. You know, I mean, when that came out, nobody sounded like that, vocalizing, and the riffs and off beats and off timings, nobody sounded like that. So, and I've not heard anything since that is that original. And that song you played is from the 20th anniversary, or the 20th adversary, which was their 20th anniversary like compilation release, which that song and two others were recorded in 2005.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, that was even the next level after the Nesmith album was, you know, those three songs from 2005. And I actually drove to Texas in 06 to follow Demolic. They toured the US briefly in 2006, playing like maybe 6 shows total. And I drove to Texas to see Demolic play, I think like 3 times. And, you know, Anti, I hadn't heard that song you just played. And Anti told me, he says, oh, we recorded 3 new songs but I don't know what's gonna happen with those. They had just reformed to do this US tour, and luckily the band stayed together after that, and now apparently Auntie tells me they're releasing a new album. So that's one of the biggest things in life that I'm looking forward to right now. And again, just totally original, totally mind-bending riffing, totally not in the mold of any other band, just completely original, doing their own thing, and that's what I love.
Okay, isn't it cool that you could still, this many years later, there's still something that you're excitedly awaiting to become out? You know what I mean? Because that used to happen a lot when you were younger. It's like, oh fuck, I can't wait for this. But now it's a little few and far between. But when it happens, you're like, fuck, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Demolish might be the only thing really.
Well, yeah. Yep.
That might be it. Yeah, I can't really think of that topic. I can't think of anything else I'm really looking forward to that much.
Well, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's very rare, especially
Yeah.
You've been listening to music for fucking ever.
60
5
years.
decades.
Yeah, probably 55 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that fucking rules. Well, man, this has been fucking awesome, unbelievable. We still have 50 fucking people watching, but we got it.
Hail Satan, kill everybody.
You brought out all the heavy hitters tonight, Pat.
I'm honored. I'm honored to be here and be part of it.
No, it was awesome. It was hopefully you enjoyed the format and all that, and
it was great.
Fuck yeah. So,
I got whiplash. I was headbanging during every song.
Yeah, I saw it. Again, all right. Yeah. So anybody, you can say your goodbyes. What about Merciful Fate? What about them? Nothing. Riveting. Yeah, very cool. Cheers, Pat, from Laura.
Thank you, Laura. Laura Squirrel.
Laura Squirrel. January 6th, 2024. You playing in Miami on January 6th?
Yes. We're going
to
start off our 40th anniversary celebration starts off January 6th with a big show in Miami. And then, other little things and big things to follow that.
Okay. Yes. Cool. Anything? Well, hold on. Before I get to your anything to add, hey, you guys tune in on Sunday. I got a cool show coming on Sunday. This is it right here at 6:00. Gonna have Barbara from Infestation of Evil. Nothing but females, Pat, Texas females that are into extreme metal bands these days. So, so they're all gonna be on the show at the same time. So tune into that. Infestation of Evil, Hexea, Morbosidad, Greedy Mouth. Tune into that. It's gonna be cool. All right.
Yeah, we just played with Morbosidad in Atlanta last week.
Yeah. So the guitar player, the redheaded girl, I don't know if you saw her or not. She's the one that's gonna be on the show.
Very cool.
ARG. Anytime you get an ARG, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Pat. All right, hell yeah. We'll have to do it again. If Pat wants to come on again, we'll do it again. We'll do something else.
I can pick another 10 that will be just as devastating as this 10.
There you go. Yo, Pat, did Chicken Boy respect the song? That must be some kind of inside joke thing or something.
He did not.
There you go.
Was that a question? No, he didn't respect the song.
HELLWITCH.
Bleed for the devil.
Loved hearing the interview, Pat. Cool. All right. Yeah, this Nasty Savage is, Florida's fucking grandfathers, I guess you could say. Any Nasty Savage story that comes to your head from back when, the early days or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure, man. Fucking so we're doing snail mail as we all tape traders, underground dudes did back in in the early 80s. And, you know, I mean, Nasty Savage was big. They had been to Europe, like by 84, they had already played in Europe. And that was just like, holy shit, an underground band from Florida to, you know, played in Europe. And Nasty Ronnie is the man, and he did the mail. He was the one that did the mail for the band. Usually bands had one member that wrote, you know, did all the writing, all the letters and shit. And I remember I wrote to him and he wrote back, and it was like a couple sentences he wrote back, and then he wrote his name real big, Nasty Ronnie. And I'm like, this dude gets so much fucking mail that he, you know, he's trying to he tried to keep up with it. At some point you get you know, fucking 10, 15 letters a day, and you know, you're sitting there for hours writing to everybody, writing a handwritten letter back. And I was like, what the fuck? He only wrote a couple sentences. And then I'm like, man, he must get a lot of mail, because he doesn't have fucking time to be writing a, you know, a letter back. And you know, and then after that he wrote again. It'd always be a few sentences, and I was like, damn, Nasty Savage is fucking popular as fuck. And you know, I went and saw Nasty Savage at Ruby's Pub in Tampa, Halloween, or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it might have been Halloween of 84. And
holy shit.
Yeah, it was a little, you know, little dive bar, and the stage was maybe 2 feet high, all built of wood. And the dudes in Tampa, the crowd in Tampa, it was crowded, and everybody went so fucking crazy that the wooden stage had holes in it. There were holes all at the front of the stage, and like it was like the stage was wrecked from bodies landing on it and people beating their fists on it, and just everyone going totally ape shit the whole time Nasty Savage played. The stage was smashed into pieces, and I you know, I was speechless. I couldn't even believe it. I mean, I didn't really get into the pit area because it was a lot of really diving and going crazy with no regard, you know, without a fucking second thought of anything. Just everyone going total primal fucking, you know, and
no regard for human life.
The stage got smashed. The club was, you know, the club was a little roughed up after that night, and I'll never forget that, you know, seeing Nasty Savage at Ruby's Pub, and you know, seeing just everyone going ape shit like I've almost never seen again, except at some punk shows in Miami in like 86. It was like that. But yeah, Tampa, that was it. I mean, that pretty much established to me that, you know, Tampa is the place. That's where the fucking sickest freaks are, that have no, you know, no holds barred. They're just fucking wide open, savage fucking metal freaks, man. And that always, you know, that stuck with me then. You know, Tampa, that's the place.
Fuck yeah. Did you play the DMZ in San Antonio? Do you remember playing a play?
Yes, we toured with Ex Hoarder in '91, and we played DMZ in San Antonio, and our good friend Tony Chainsaw was the promoter of that show, and it was a pretty good turnout. And we slept in the club on a couch, so that was metal as fuck. And it was good time, man. Tony was a cool guy, seemed kind of on the mellow side, until I heard why they called him Tony Chainsaw, because apparently, yeah, he had to enforce some justice at some point, and he used a chainsaw.
Well, he's still around. He's still around San Antonio.
Oh, fucking A. Good deal.
Yeah. My buddy Carl's from San Antonio. He knows Chainsaw real well.
Oh, cool, man. Cool. Yeah, he was a great dude. Great guy.
All right, we got 3 minutes. So we got 3 minutes left. There's so many questions that are coming in, because I don't want to hold Pat up all night. It's getting fucking.
Okay. You pick them, I'll answer them. No problem.
All right. The man says it's okay. All right.
It's fine.
Let's hear about recording drums with couch cushions.
Oh, it wasn't a couch. It was a kitchen chair with a vinyl seat cushion. And it was, again, lived in Gainesville, had lived in an apartment, and we were such college students that we rented an apartment that already had furniture in it, because we didn't have any fucking, at 18 you ain't got any furniture. So rented a furnished apartment, and it came with a hokey ass kitchen dining room set with a yellow vinyl seat cushion. And we were gonna, we were thinking of doing, we came up with the concept of doing a song in our apartment, recording some kind of a demo. Me and, as I said, the original founding member, Harry. And Harry and I came up with an idea to do a demo, and he came up with, he said, how about Nosferatu? Nobody's done that. And I was like, yeah, man, Nosferatu, that's cool. I'm like, I've heard it. I go, but I've never heard any song by a band called Nosferatu. So we came up with some lyrics, and then we kind of worked together. But he kind of guided, he says, well, come up with like a main riff. So I did. And then he said, for when you say not, when he was the vocalist on the 84 demo. So he's like, come up with a part that goes with Nosferatu. And I came up with a couple things, and, took all of about half an hour to write that song. And then, I set up the cassette decks. I had 2 cassette decks and a microphone, 2 microphones. And, the cassette deck had a microphone input, 2 microphone inputs left and right. So we, for drums, he was like, he had 2 drumsticks, and they were from shows. They were sticks that he had caught at shows. So they weren't even really drumsticks that we bought. So we fucking, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, we're, hitting shit in the apartment, like beating on different things. And I'm like, dude, this seat cushion sounds good. I'm like, that's a good bass drum. And so we mic'd it up and did a little test. Yeah, it went, took, took, took. I'm like, yeah, man. And then he's like, well, what about for the snare drum? And I'm like, so we tried different books. We tried different surfaces in the apartment. And he had a little paperback textbook from college. And, we hit that. It was like, pop, pop, pop. And I'm like, there we go. I'm like, I'll tape the book on the cushion, so then you can hit the cushion and the book and, go, puta, 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 puta. And I'm like, can you keep a beat? And he said, I'll just follow you. You play the guitar and I'll follow you. And if you listen to it, you can tell the drums kind of follow the guitar. Like, usually the drummer has the beat and the guitar locks in with the drums, but he was not a drummer or even a percussionist. So he's like, you just play the guitar and I'll come in with the drums and do the accents, and, we'll make it work. And
wow.
Some recordings of that demo, you hear Harry at the very beginning saying Nosferatu, take 1. Other recordings don't have that, but that was the first take. And then, wow. I forgot to do the solo at the beginning. I forgot a couple other things. So we did a second take, and that was a mess. And then we did a third take, and that was a mess. And we're like, man, that first take, that's as good as it's going to get. So, we went with the first take of Nosferatu, take 1. That was it. And yeah, man, that's the story of coming up with drums when you're not a drummer and you don't have any drums.
Hell yeah, there we go. All right, last question. Where's JP Morgan at?
JP Morgan. I think I have some investments with them right now. There's a branch right down the street from my house.
There you go. Not my tooth. Not my tooth. It will possess you. There we go. Not my tooth. Not my tooth. Fucking idiot.
Not my tooth.
Not my tooth. Not my tooth. All right.
That's great. That's great.
All right. Cool. Oh, Carl says appreciate it. Carl's he's from the Great White North. Always hanging out in the chat.
Cool.
Really
hey.
Cool. Old school guy. But yeah. All right. Hey, dude, this has been fucking awesome. Really enjoyed having you on here. It was fucking awesome, man. I think everybody enjoyed it in the chat. And if you did enjoy it in the chat, then get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. No, but anyway, it was
boys fucking album going, you poser.
yeah, exactly. But yeah. Anyway, any last things? Any last parting shots?
Well, yeah, check out the new Hellwitch album. I mean, I'm like most of you listeners, I like the old shit. I always liked the first album, but I have honestly, I've had a few people lately say, oh, your new album is as good as the first album, which I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I just write music, but I've heard that a couple times. So maybe, check out the new album, Annihilational Intercession. You can get it at Best Buy and Walmart and, FYE and hellwitch.com. And it's on YouTube and, YTube and XTube and ZTube as well. So check that out. And our 40th anniversary is in 2024. And it's I look back at 1984 and 85 when I was first playing in Hellwitch, and it just seems like it was a different world. Like I'm like, who is that guy? What
yeah.
But with that said, I'm trying to hang on to my brutality now at 60 years old and not let off the gas pedal at all, and trying to keep it fresh and keep it fucking original and keep it brutal and keep that fucking positive evil energy going at all times. And man, I always appreciate it when anyone writes to us or whatever, or texts me, or hits me up for anything just to say hello or ask anything. I'm always grateful for that. And we're grateful to fucking have our fan base that still likes us after 40 years. And yeah, man, we're gonna definitely keep going because as you can tell, I have no lack of energy these days. So I foresee Hellwitch going on for at least another decade.
Fuck yes. Thanks for being an inspiration to anybody who's fucking been doing this for us lifers out there, and everybody in the chat, you guys fucking ruled. We had a lot of people come in today, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Spread this show, spread the links everywhere. Tell your friends to go check out the replay. The replay will be available immediately after the stream is over. Everybody here kicked ass tonight. Appreciate all the comments, the questions.
And thanks to you, Francisco. You're a diehard old school fucker like me. And yeah, that's what it's all about.
Sick. All right. Well, with that, let's go. Let's cut it. George is saying cut it.